Hey guys, and welcome back to me, Ben, playing Cities Skylines here today in my city of Springvalley. As you can see, just a quick recap here from my last episode, I planned and extended my city quite a bit with some new upcoming districts. If you had a look at my gameplay, or at least planning session 16A, you can get a better understanding of what I'm planning to do here. And I just want to give you a quick recap on that. I want to use all of this area as a huge downtown area, including the river and everything else. So over here I will start with some more outskirts for my city. And as you might remember from my last episode, I was missing a mod, and it was called Achieve It Mod. But I have to show you something, and that's something I just found out a couple of minutes ago. So the Achieve It Mod is no longer needed as soon as you have the Game Anarchy Mod installed, because there, let me check, you have this option here. It's usually activated by default, so it unlocks all achievements and everything else, which is very good, and I assume that there is still some other things that are interfering with those settings, so I definitely want to make sure that in the future I work alongside with those achievements, because obviously I don't have a capital city. Well, I should be at the stage of a capital city, so there are a few more options that I can actually use in town, but obviously I won't be able to use everything right now. And I have to be, or at least I want to be, a bit mindful of that when I'm continuing to build my city here. So regarding those outskirts, I want to keep them like low density, no, or at least as few as possible high-rise buildings. So I included one of the, or I set up one of the policies here in the last episode, that is a high-rise ban and heavy traffic ban. I'm encouraging biking here, small business enthusiasts, which is also helpful to have low-density commercial buildings in this part of town. As you can see, this is the current district Moore Park that I'll be working on. But before I'm continuing to build up that area of my town, I want to make sure that I'm using, or at least adding, a few more trees to my, or alongside the highway here, to my parks, because I want this to be kind of a sound barrier that hopefully helps keeping away some of the traffic that's or some of the traffic noise that's actually coming to town. So I'm again making sure that the surroundings of my parks are covered as best as I can handle it right now, with a good amount of trees, like a tree line here, because this should block at least some of the noise from my residential areas here. And obviously I want to make sure that those people feel comfortable, that they are not feeling disturbed by the noise here. So I'm putting down those tree lines, which are really helpful when it comes to planning things and laying things out, because obviously doing this manually by hand, it would be a lot more time consuming instead of using this simple line tool here that's suitable even for trees. So I'll stop here for now, because I do not yet know what I'll add to this area in the long run. And I also want to make sure that I'm including a few more trees to keep it a bit more natural and evenly looking. That it doesn't, or that it looks similar to the way I planned it over here. So just to keep a few denser spots to city here. I still don't like those what is it called, electricity lines. I still don't like having those on the highway or crossing the highway leading straight through the park. It's something I don't really like for my city, but currently I don't have any other solution. I have to find something or find an alternative, but I think it doesn't look that good at all, but I'll take care of that in a bit. So after finishing those parks, I think it's time to build out more of these residential areas here. As I mentioned, it will only be about low-rise residential, nothing too fancy. And maybe I'm using that part here. I'm just picking the roads again with bicycle lanes. Maybe I'm using this part here as more or less service related area. So I could include some more schools here. And I also want to make sure that we have a few more offices here. I think this is always helpful because people want to work somewhere and they don't want to travel too much or have a too long commuting time. So I'm letting the game run right now. And I also need to decorate the park with a few more amenities, which is something I usually do. So I'm adding my standard set of amenities to each and every park. I think that bigger park here could also have potentially 2 park cafes, which is fine. Then obviously we need some restrooms. I always prefer to have those next to the exits and entries to the park, because that's, I think, one of the best spots to actually include that. So I'm keeping that here. And I also want to have obviously some restrooms there as well. And I will need 1 info booth per park. I think that's the right one here, and I want to place it close to the main entrance so that people can get more information about the park as soon as they enter. And then we have a couple of gazebos. And there's something else that's currently still missing in this park, and I have to think about how I'm going to incorporate that. And this is specifically about a transition between those parks to that park over here. So there should be some kind of overpath, tunnel, whatnot, for pedestrians to cross from one section or from one park to the next. But that's something I'll have to take a look at as soon as I finished setting up that additional area here. And I'm just wondering, can I build here? I think I'm following that pattern for now. So I want to have some dead end roads. Those are sometimes not too convenient to have, especially from a traffic perspective. It makes things a bit more complicated in the long run, but sometimes it does really help with keeping houses smaller and just making sure that it's not going to be too, like the houses are not too dense. And I also want to see, so there is another school, there is one school. I think the coverage actually should be good, but I'm including another one here because I have the space, I have the room for that. Regarding doctor's offices, I could have potentially another one over there. And what about fire coverage? It's hard. Maybe I'll include one over there. So I don't take care about this right now. So maybe I can include one of those fire watchtowers here, so everybody feels a bit safer. And the same thing, yeah, there is already one watchtower, so that should be good. And also police coverage, I think that's fine. Let's include a small thing here, so that's fine too. And then I can lay down or lay out a few more residential zones here, but I want to limit that at least a bit to the almost, I would say, necessary 3 squares here. I just want to make sure that there are not too many high rises coming up in this part of town. And again, the same thing. I guess I'm including some more offices here just to make sure, and I leave that square empty for now. Or maybe I'm going to include some library, public library. Does it fit in there? Not really, it's too... Yeah, then I can change this pattern here. Like, I'm deleting this road for now, so that I can include a public library here, and it can take up some space because there's still enough room for growth, I would say. So do I have 2 libraries now here? No, that's architect building. Okay, fine. All good. So those will be low-rise residential zones, as you can see. So there's no reason to worry too much about it because it won't be too dense. There won't be a lot of traffic. And I'm also checking whether I already do have like a postal service. Yeah, it's all supplied, so that's all good. Is there any coverage? So, Autumn College don't have enough students yet. Yeah, that's something that will follow soon. So I want to support them again with IT and engineering. I'm giving them some funding for the next year. Now let me check and see what was I planning to do. Like, I should have a bus line coming down here from there. I want to include a new bus line here. So I want to make sure that it starts almost right at the center of that little district. Nah. Let me lay out the roads first. because I have an idea of how I can potentially incorporate that new bus line to my district here. And again, I'm following a non-standard, I would call it, yeah, it's definitely a non-standard way or approach to set up things here. But as I mentioned, I want to keep it a bit more interesting, those districts, and I also want to keep them a bit more, a little bit different than the rest of my city. So it's completely fine for me to do some kind of special extra planning here. So, and just because of realism, I want to have more than just one line leading into a district here. That should be good. Come on, I'm following this line here too, the other one, and that one. I know it's not necessary, it's just I can't do it different. So we have our arterial roads here. I don't want to have too many bus stops on the arterial road, maybe just one, but I at least want to make sure that there are some entry points at least, or bus stops. Yep, I'm stopping that's not really helpful. So starting with the bus line here, wanted to stop here again, then maybe another stop there, one more stop here, and probably another stop there. And this is I'm curious. Yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll give it a shot. I'm not very happy with that solution. To be frank, because blocking like the traffic with a bus stop on my arterial roads usually becomes a problem. And I think people are willing to make that transition. At least I hope they do. And they can have another stop here. Maybe one more stop there. One stop here. One stop there. As you can see, I'm already trying to plan ahead. So now I have the clockwise, I would say, the clockwise version of this thing here. And do I need... No, I don't want to have a counterclockwise for this bus line here. I'll give it a shot. I call this more park line, and I'll give it a shot because I want to make sure more park line and clockwise stops 15. I'm adding a few more. 26. No, I don't need 26 of those. No, that's fine. Maybe 18. I'll go with 18, and I'll take those articulated biofuel buses just to make sure that I'm covering as many as possible. Moore Park will get a different color, maybe a dark green. That's fine. And I also want to rename this to library line counterclockwise and library line clockwise. So that should be good for now, and I'll give it a shot. We'll see how this develops, how well it will handle the... Oh, there, the buses are coming. Can you see that? The buses are rolling out. So that usually takes a while until they get there. Yeah, but as soon as they got started, it's cute to watch, like how they're sneaking or finding their way to the bus line. And I'm curious where they will start, whether they will actually start at the point where I began laying down the city. No, they start with the first or the closest spot nearby where they can actually pick up passengers. Yeah, that's perfect. That's amazing. So 2 buses are coming in a row. So yeah, there will be some distance over time in between those buses, hopefully. That's going to be good. Amazing. I'm curious to try that and see how it works out. But now, those guys living here in Moore Park, they do have a chance to get by bus closer to the downtown area and also to those IT offices. So maybe some of them will no longer need their cars to get somewhere and use the bus lines instead. But still, as I showed you in my last episode, I think still so many people are walking across this bridge here. It's just amazing to see that happening. I'm very surprised about this, and also those parks. I think they seem to resonate quite well with the people living here, which is something I absolutely love. Love to see that. Or maybe I should give them a few more opportunities. So I'm using the... oh no, it changed. Let me see. No, I don't want to use the network replacer. Where's my node controller? Why is it no longer in the unifier mod? Oh, come on. That's... I wouldn't call it a problem, but... Oh, come on. I have to look into that. I don't know why the unified UI does no longer have my node controller mod included here. Is it still active? Well, let me quickly check that. I'm very sorry for... No, it's still there. Operates normally. Shortcuts. Activate tool. Control N. So maybe I'm using that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's still there. For some reason it doesn't show, or at least I can't find it. So I want to have a crossing there, and obviously a wider crossing as well. Can I increase? Well, people are actually using it because then they can like take a short route to the entrance. And I also want to have, what was it, string and the node controller here. I also want to have crossing there so people can use it, and the same, I think I will need the same. No, there are some crossing options to cross the road, so that's fine. That's all good, all set. Now I'm thinking about moving my industries slowly but steadily. So with my planning session, I think I made a small mistake, maybe a little one. Small mistake here. So forest industry. And I can see that over here, I think, is this fertile land? No, fertile is that one. So it's definitely not oil, it could be ore. So I could potentially add ore industries. Oh, okay, I have to take care of that. Sorry. Just quickly handling this. Hokey pokeys that are happening here and are really good to see that, because it's only causing unnecessary traffic. And I'm sorry, I have to check that as well. Yeah, I have to do some lane management here, just to make sure that people are not driving like crazy, and I think they should get sorted way sooner than they currently do. So please stick to the lane. Stick to the lane here. And then you can sort yourselves out way sooner than you're actually doing that. Because there's no reason for you to wait in line for such a long time if you just want to move straight ahead. Out of town. Currently out of town. Later on, they will be happy. So yeah. So I will need some ore industry there, but I'm not eager to build that yet. So just give me a chance. Or is it oil? It's oil sitting here. Oil industry. Well, where do I get my ore from? Like from here? Yeah, okay, then I'm doing oil here. That's fine. Well, it's not really fine, but I at least want to paint down my district area so that I don't forget about the oil industry there. And I also will have to replan, or want to replan, my roads. Robin Industrial Valley. And I think we should have some forest industry above here. I have to replan things a little, and I'm very sorry because I'm obviously moving away from what I planned initially. There's also some oil. So what kind of industries do we have here? But that's ideal. I know I planned to have some residential areas here, but maybe I have to reconsider my planning and change it. But the good thing is, direct highway connection. This could be farming here. Yeah, obviously I can't paint there yet. Using that. This could also be farming. Oh, that's a nice spot. That's a beautiful spot here. I'm just marking my district so that I don't forget about them later. Okay, that's looking good. Looking good. And we could use that as... Could we potentially... I don't want to don't want to I don't know. I don't want to be too considerate with my planning here. I might use that for future forest industry. So that looks reasonable. And I need more country, more land. There's no way around that. Oh God. And the whole post-production, I need more. Oh, how can I get there? Do you understand what I'm what I'm currently struggling with? Because I have some squares, and the square I began with right now is probably not the right one to keep going with at the moment, because this might get me into a little bit of trouble, because I need more industries. I want to expand my industrial sector. I want to change the current setup here that's in the west of my town, of my downtown area. I want to remove that completely, and I also wanted to show you how to plan it and how to do it properly, especially when you have the time to do it, because obviously if I would build a new farming industry over there, I'm losing all those star ratings, and I don't want to lose that, for sure not. And I also want to have some low density commercial thing here, but also some office space in the center. Hopefully it doesn't get too big. Residential demand is very, very low at the moment, but even the other demand isn't too high either. So for that here, what would I like to do here? That square empty. Some smaller houses here. Smaller residentials. Yeah, it's almost too big. It's almost too big for that. Yeah, but it's nice to see that there are some. I think I could include a park here. I should include a park here, like one of those standard parks should do. And there are not too many of those. Doggy park, small playground, large playground. Yeah, maybe a large playground would do. Can I sneak that in there? Probably I can by moving it slightly. It's always good for that area, absolutely. So people can access it from here, from there, which is nice. Yeah, so there's maybe a bit more attraction for the residentials to come to my town here. And I'm checking my resources quickly. Energy, sewage treatment. Okay, water tanks. I can include them later. But right now, I'm in the situation that I have to... Okay, let me check. I do have some sewage treatments there. And isn't that working well? Yeah, it should. Like, okay, I'm building one of these. Or adding one of these. Eco water treatment inland plants. Advanced ones. Oh, the pollution is way better. Okay, that surprises me a bit. I didn't expect the pollution to be as low as it seems to be with those other treatment plants, but it's actually a good thing. I don't mind. So that's onboarded as well. Just takes a lot of more space. They 118, 119,000, 158,000. So way more. But I basically would need to replace. How can I move that? So again, it's not bad planning, but I'm missing, for example, that square here. And that gets me into trouble now. Shoot. Okay, I have to live with that for now. At least for a little bit. So I'm building another... Oh, what's this? Ocean thermal energy. I'm building one of those. One more of those. That's fine. So that's hooked up to the system. And I think I should also move it from here by 1 square to there. Or maybe 2 squares. Is it possible to move it 2 squares? Yeah, that's fine. That's looking good. Perfect. So I should have enough electricity. I should have enough of everything right now. So traffic, noise level. But the noise level isn't too bad. That's not too bad. Which is good for Moore Park. Fire hazard. Okay, I need another fire department here. What about police? Crime. That's fine. Should be good. Population 37, 38k. Land value is up high. Amazing. So all this downtown area has a high land value, which is something I absolutely love. That's perfect. Natural resources, good. Districts, good. Leisure. I still don't have... I have a couple of parks, but what I don't have yet is like any sports arenas. Something we'll check out in a bit. And tourism, I have a few spots that people can actually visit. Oh, those are 2 tourist spots. Okay, fine. Tours, I don't have any tours yet. park maintenance, all not so good. I will put some maintenance buildings over here in this forest, because I don't want to have a dense community over there. It will be very loosely built, and most likely if I put something down here in the middle, nobody would really mind me doing that. Yeah, so how can I grow the rest of the city in a good way? So academic year, students -7. Fine, I'm not supporting any more things here for now. And yeah, I'm going to plan that part of town now. I want to have like, should we follow this pattern? I think we should. So by using that kind of arterial road here, and I think I'm upgrading that one. And I also want to make sure that I have this like on my mind. That's the reason why I'm expanding this right here. I want to follow this here. Okay, let me rebuild something, because that's kind of annoying, or at least it annoys me a little bit. So I want to remove this, and this for now. No worries. I want to expand, and I'm probably using, how did that work? Network multi-tool. There we go. Intersecting. Okay, I'll do that in a bit. I'm trying a few things out, because honestly I don't remember, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. So I will fast forward things for you, just to make sure that you're not too bored watching me trying things out. But please give me a chance to like figuring things out right now, without So yeah, I would say I was kind of successful with my sloping thing here. And now I'm connecting up this arterial road with the other one. And I also want to make sure that this kind of subdivides into, this is really, that's a lot to ask for. But I think it's okay. I can work with that. Then I think we should end it here. Perfect. So I have the like outer roads, arterial roads here for that district set up properly. And I want to make sure that this here also follows that kind of pattern, but without the curve actually. Obviously that will go over there. Maybe I can have some connection here. And I'm planning to have some high density zonings here. Same goes for that. And for this whole bunch. And as a last step for this episode, I'm going to work on that river bank here. Yeah, the height is good. The height is okay, I would say. And the only landscaping thing that I'm doing before I'm ending this episode for today is like 1, 2, lower the terrain here just to make sure that the river, the size is way too much. I'm leveling things here because I don't want to have that as a strange starting an endpoint here. Turn height, brush size, brush strength, not too bad. I hope that river still flows downstream, but I think it will. I'm not too much worried about this. Oh, yeah, that. That's good. Sounds good, looks good. Amazing. So I'll let the game run for just a little bit to make sure that I get a better understanding. Yeah, that I will obviously have some flooding now. Hopefully it disappears because, yeah, people will complain, but I think the river will sort itself out very, very easily in the next couple of seconds. Those waves, like water behavior in Cities Skylines is sometimes, I would say, annoying, but it's a little bit strange occasionally. So I'm curious. I might need some water here, water supplies first, to make sure that my citizens feel welcome and whatnot. So moving that here, including that there, and closing that here, so that should be fine and be enough coverage for now. So I'll hopefully get some high-rise buildings there, some residential buildings, and yeah, let me get started with the recap for now. So as you can see, and let me quickly switch the mode here. As you can see, like this new district here, it's slowly filling up. A lot more residential areas, some offices, some commercial areas are included there. I also set up a bus line that goes through that district and goes to down here somewhere, connects up to the other network, bus network here, so people can transition basically from here to there. And then the bus line leads through this whole commercial business whatnot area and sector. So that should be good. I can see that there's a high-rise burning, but hopefully, yeah, fire department is coming. Come on, clear it up. Good. Yeah, they did their job. That's what it was for. And what I also did, I started to lay down or add in a few more residential zones here, just to make sure that I get a couple more citizens, because I will definitely need a new square, a new tile, at least one, to start planning and moving this industry out of here, out of my downtown area, closer to their like planned and intended destination. But currently I can't do it, so I had to expand everything into here. Like I have a new power power thing here, one new wastewater treatment plant. Like everything needs to be put down here at the moment because I don't have any other options, or at least not yet according to my plan. But this is something that will hopefully improve over time. And I can see one last thing that I will manage, because otherwise I'll most likely forget about this when I begin my new episode here. Why are those guys waiting now? Okay, there are traffic lights, which does kind of make sense. Now let me just make sure that those, like, they can always get into the crossing. And I also want to get a better understanding of, yeah, you can move, you don't have to wait for that. Also want to get a better understanding of what's happening here. Like, you can go straight, but you can also go there. You can go there, but you can also go straight. And now you guys can go there, but you can also go there, probably. You can go there, but you can also go there, most likely. Now I'm just managing these other lanes here, and that's the last thing I'm going to do before I'm finishing up this episode. So that's their only destination for them. This gonna be it, or that gonna be it. That's a steep curve, and you guys can either move there or move there. You may go here. Yeah, we'll check and see whether that works. I'm still wondering why they are kind of stopping here, so I want to give them like the right to go through this whole part, because I don't want like too much traffic piling up here. Yeah, it'll sort itself out, I'm pretty sure. Like, this line gets less and less and less, so it's gonna be fine in a couple of minutes, I think. Even if I let the game run, I think it should be still good. And as you can see, like, my funds are massive at the moment, so I should I should make sure that I'm spending those funds on the one hand wisely, but also, like, there is no need for me to keep 1.6 million in my account. And regarding investments, yeah, come on, I'm buying. I think I'm losing here. Healthcare service fund. Yeah, I'm buying some shares for the healthcare, death care. That's fine. Do I have upgrade my stock exchange? How can I? I'm sorry. I can see that I'm getting dragged away from like everything I was planning to do, I'm getting dragged away from that. Yeah, that's something I still have to make sure, like, I have to get a better understanding of that, why my stock exchange is not improving. But maybe I'm missing something. I'll check it and see it in a little bit, just to make sure that I'm not missing out on something here. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me again in this episode of me, Ben, playing Cities Skylines in my city of Springvalley. In case you guys haven't followed me yet, I would really appreciate it if you did so. Leave me a like, leave me a comment down below. I'm more than happy if, like, when I receive any kind of input information, like recommendations, what I can do better, how I can improve my city, what you would like to see me doing next in my like in my next episode or one of my next episodes. So yeah, just leave me a note. I'm more than happy to reply. Thanks a lot for joining me again. Have a good one. Enjoy your day and be safe, stay safe. I hope to see you soon again on this channel. Thanks a lot. Bye bye, guys.